Okay, so in today's video about quant, I want to check out this part of the price action specifically and talk to you about a very important bullish sign that happened recently, and I'm going to show you what are the possible scenarios in this region in the short term. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And here's the deal. In quant, we said before, overall we are bullish, and as long as we are not taking this low down here about, let's say, $102, we can actually be absolutely optimistic and say the bottom is in right in here. Why is that? Because in this area, I can tell you maybe we are having, in terms of Elliott waves, a series of 1-2s. You see, I'm thinking this can be a 5-wave up into a wave 1, and this is now, I'm very comfortable to say, an A, B, C zigzag. I'm going to show you the subwaves in a bit into wave 2, and then we might be on our way to have a big move into wave 3 for 5, and on a higher degree, this white 5-wave up is actually going to be, you know it, if you are a regular viewer, into a larger degree wave 3 and then 4 and then 5, and we can say that the bottom is in and our move down is just over. Now, why did I say that I am now more convinced than before that this is actually an ABC zigzag? Well, let's just delete the waves in here. Okay, so you see, in an ABC zigzag, sub waves are going to be like this. 5-wave down into A. Let's just do it. Okay, correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, maybe even a triangle, doesn't matter, and then another 5 down into our C leg. Let's go now on the live chart, zoom in more and start counting some waves. So from this high, I'm thinking this is a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave impulsive structure down, probably to about here is going to be the end of our wave 4, and then this whole move on the upside is actually a correction structure. I would say potentially in form of, yes, an A, B, C flat, and from this high we are having, as you can see, another solid 5-wave down and on a higher degree. Well, okay, odds are that these are the sub waves for, you know it, an A, B, C zigzag. Now, before this move up, I wasn't actually really sure whether this is an ABC zigzag or maybe it's going to be like a 1, 2 and then another 1 or 2, and then we're going to get like a big move down into wave 3, 4, 5. You see, this ABC, for me at least, got confirmed when we got this decent move up, and in it, we actually took all these sides. Now, in this chart, because we are having this huge shadow, it seems like that we didn't take the highs, but I promise you, these shadows do not actually exist in other charts. For example, let's go on Binance's one, okay, and see, did we actually take the highs or not? Let's zoom in more. Okay, so the highest high in this area is about $119.4. And these highs are actually somewhere around $119.3, which means we have definitely taken the highs, and this is now a solid ABC zigzag, and it is indeed confirmed, which I think it's actually a bullish sign. Why is that? Because I can now tell you, well, okay, odds are that this move up is going to continue at least a bit more in order to also take this high right in here about, let's say, $124, and we cannot say that, for example, this is going to be like the beginning of another huge wave on the downside. That's why, for me at least, taking these highs matter a lot. Now, do we have some more bullish signs? Yes. In case that in the next 24 to about 48 hours, we do get another move up, at that point, we can say, look, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and okay, this is another move up into wave 5, and indeed, we are bullish, and this can be, if I just do this, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is going to be into, you probably know it, let's actually go on 30-minute chart, a larger degree wave 3, and then 4, and then 5, and even this thing is going to be into this wave 3, and then 4, and then 5. So you see, it seems like for now in QNT, we are definitely seeing some bullish signs suggesting that the bottom is in. Now, what is going on in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning support and resistances? Well, At the moment, we are above this very important, let's say, support area, which is from weekly and daily time frame. At the same time, between, let's say, 101 to about $110. Now, I do not really want to see us hanging around this area anymore, because you know my stance on these things. If we hang around a support or a resistance region more than usual, at that point, chances of getting a break of it is just going to get higher and higher. And ideally, what I want to see in the next couple of days is actually another move up in order to hopefully get back above this very important level. And at that point, we can say, okay, from here, we can expect at least another 20% move up in order to reach to about the next important region all the way up here around, let's say, $160. And at that point, something extremely bullish is going to happen. What is that? Okay, I believe I talked about this thing in the previous videos about quant. You see, if you want to be bearish on any chart and you want to say, for example, your move up is completely over and we are going to start a new and huge downtrend, okay, you must be able to find off of the highest side in that chart a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down. Now let's go on QNT's chart. Okay, let's just hide everything. Okay, here's the deal. If we do actually get a move up and in that move we reach to somewhere around $160, well, okay, at that point we have taken this very important high around $154. And here's the question: can you find me an impulse at that point, starting from this high and ending to about here? I don't know about you guys. For me, finding an impulse in this region is going to be extremely challenging. And the only scenario that I can think of is actually a correction in form of potentially, you know it, we talked about before, an A, B, C zigzag structure, which means that from here, we are going to continue our move up for another, let's say 10% in order to also take the highest side about $173. But that's not going to be all. You see, at that point, if we take the highs around 173, okay, I'm going to argue that we are also going to get a break of this region, and this is the key. Above here, we're not really having a whole lot of strong resistances until somewhere around, I think it was like $220. So taking this high basically can cause another 40 to even 60% move on the upside in quant, and believe it or not, it's actually that important. But since we're not there yet, let's not jump into any unnecessary bullish conclusion and just talk about the short-term price action, which in here also I do believe that we are looking good. I just want to see another move up, and then after it, I'm very comfortable to have a corrective movement, a choppy move on the downside. And then right in here, you know it, I'm going to be absolutely bullish and say these whole moves on the upside, starting from the lowest low, is probably going to be an insanely bullish setup. So let's have a quick conclusion and wrap up today's video. In quant, I am still optimistic, and I think as long as we are not taking this low, we can definitely talk about some bullish possibilities. And also in here, we have taken this high, which now to me means that this is indeed an ABC zigzag. As you can see with all the subwaves and our move up, there's a good chance it might actually continue in the short term. So overall, very much positive signs, and I just do not want to see QNT hanging around this very important support anymore. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Quant's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.